Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Testing. Welcome to the Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to tonight's matchup against the Rosemount Irish and the Shakopee Sabers. We'll begin momentarily here as we're waiting for the Irish to come out of the locker room. Be sure to, while you're waiting here, to like our page and give me a shout out where you're tuning in from tonight. We'll give you a shout out whether you're an Irish fan or a Saber fan or just a swimming and diving fan. We'll begin here momentarily. So good evening here. We're still waiting for the Rosemount Irish to come out of the locker room, but a big shout out here to Nina. Thanks for watching us here in Arizona. I know I wish I was there. It's a little colder here today, single digits, but wherever you are in Arizona, I know it'll be much warmer. But thanks for tuning in, and yeah, absolutely, go Irish. If you let me know where you're tuning in from, I'd love to do some shout outs and if there's a swimmer or diver that you're really watching for. I know that the boys, the team is ready to go. Can feel the energy here in the room or in the in the pool area here. We'll begin momentarily. Good evening. Welcome to Rosemount Middle for tonight's matchup against the Rosemount Irish in the Hey, so good evening and welcome to Rosemount Middle for tonight's South Suburban Conference meet between the Rosemount Irish and the Shakopee Sabers. Tonight is the start of the home school, or excuse me, high school season. Teams have been working hard throughout, since the beginning of December, and if not all throughout the year. So we're just momentarily going to begin here, and my name is Scott Manwar, and I'm going to be your host here tonight. And we're going to begin momentarily with the 200 medley relay. We got one heat here in the junior varsity. We got Alejandro Cardenas leading off here for Shakopee with the backstroke. He gets to break the ice, no pun intended here, being cold here this evening in Rosemount, single digits. And I know we had some shout outs from Arizona that it's in the 60s. I think we'd all like to beam ourselves up into the Phoenix or Scottsdale area. Alejandro doing a nice job here with the backstroke. Getting ready for Skylar Escobar. Going to take come into the water here. Nice job, Alejandro. Skylar's in the water now. Doing the breaststroke. One junior varsity heat here tonight. Always great experience for the athletes. I always get a kick out of the breaststrokers at making the noise, helping the swimmers. as Skylar is going to be finishing up. Charlie George is going to take, I believe he'll be doing the butterfly. So Charlie's in the water here for the butterfly. I got my capable partner here, Tom Rucci, helping be my production assistant here tonight uh, as we work out the bugs and the kinks of our first live stream of the year. The Irish have 5 home meets here this year, 2 here in December, and then 3 home meets to finish out the years. So Charlie's on finish up the butterfly. Finley Heyer is going to be coming in and finish up with the freestyle. Finley's doing a nice job here as the teams are getting ready for the varsity heats. Looks like we have a full boat for the varsity heats, all 6 lanes. Here comes Finley, going to finish up nicely. Looks like they're going to break the 3-minute mark here. They finish at 2:56.05. Nice beginning event here for the whole meet here. Now we're going to get into the 200-yard medley relay, the varsity heat. In the camera, Shakopee will be in lanes 2, 4, and 6, or excuse me, 1, 3, and 5, and 1 is at the bottom of your screen, and 6 would be at the top. Rosemount will be in the lanes 2, 4, and 6. And they're off here with the backstroke. Rosemount's out with the Jace Hansen, 7th grader for Rosemount, looking really strong in his first event. Then Rosemount has Wes Knapp, somebody to watch here, looking for a to build off of another great season last year. And then also Josh McCall, a newcomer for Rosemount, in lane 6. Now we're into the breaststroke. Shakopee's going in with Brady Anthony in lane 1, and Charlie Cutts in lane 3, and Luke Jens in lane 5. Rosemount, Winston Larson in lane 2, Mackenzie Schroeder in lane 4, and Burkett Melku is in lane 6. We got another Schroeder in the water. He looks like he's going to take over for his brother who graduated as they enter in lane 3 and 4 for the butterfly here. In lane 3 it'll be Alex Frenzu, and in lane 4 is Charming Chu. Looks like Shakopee's ahead here as they're going to enter the final leg here, the freestyle leg. And Dylan Everett's getting ready to be the anchor leg here for Rosemount. Lane 3, Tyler Goonan enters. Both of them are looking strong here. Shakopee's ahead by a quarter length here, or almost a half a pool length here. Tyler's really extending it. Looks like he's going to finish here at 145.146, and Dylan's going to finish here at 150.33. Shakopee's going to finish in lane 5, take third at 153.5. And Rosemount in lane 2, Jackson Helmberger is going to come in at 205.37 to take fourth. And we got a battle for 5th as Cade Beigel, I should say. Oh, it's just going to get edged out here by Grayson Newcomb for Shakopee. Nice job by both teams. Shakopee taking the first one here. Now we're going to the 200-yard freestyle. A varsity heat, no JV this time. We have Rosemount in lanes 2, 4, and 6, and Shakopee in lanes 1, 3, and 5. as we're waiting for the starter. In lane 2 for Rosemount is Cooper Pedersen. Lane 4 is Nolan Hansen. We heard from Jace already tonight, but Nolan Hansen in the 200-yard freestyle varsity heat here. And Graham Elbers in lane 6. In lane 1 for Shakopee is Nick Fitzgerald. Lane 3 is Luke Jens. And lane 5 is Jack Fritz from Shakopee. Nolan Hansen out to an early lead here on the 200-yard freestyle varsity heat. They make it look so effortless going through.
We'll tweak your stuff later. I'll tweak it so it's easier later.
Nolan continues to extend his lead over Shakopee, and Luke Jens is just behind him with Jack Fritz in third. So Nolan continues to glide here, and Luke's not too far behind him. We got Graham in lane 6 and Cooper Pedersen in lane 2 for Rosemount. Nolan's keeping a pretty good distance between him and Luke Jens. Getting ready for the last 50 here, I think. I lost track. It's the first meet. Here's Rosemount's in first, Shakopee's in second and third here. With Cooper Pedersen here is making the turn for the last 50. Nolan Hansen's coming in here for, he's going to take first. He's going to break the 2-minute mark here. 154.21 with Luke Jens from Shakopee coming in to take second at 159.45. Jack Fritz going to take third here. 208.75 with Cooper Pedersen. Oh, and then we had a lane 1 take fourth, 209.62 with Nick. Cooper Pedersen's going to come in at fifth, and Graham Albers come in sixth. 224.54 for Cooper, Super Cooper. And then Graham at 233.16. Nice race by everybody here. Now we're going to have a 200-yard individual medley junior varsity heat. We're going right along here for our we're going to have 2 entrants here from Rosemount. We're going to have Micah King in lane 2 and Winston Larson in lane 4. We've got a full house here tonight. Micah and Winston get into the water. Starting off with the butterfly. They'll do 50 a butterfly to start off here. They're both neck and neck here as they make the turn for the last 25. Winston and Micah's new to the team. Making the turn here. Micah's just got a short lead over Winston. Now to the backstroke. Micah's extending it a little bit as we go. Making the turn here for the last 25 of the backstroke. Well, he'll get ready for the breaststroke and be halfway done with this event. Micah looking nice and smooth here as he switch. Into the breaststroke here. Winston making the turn for the breaststroke. Winston's a nice he has been a good breaststroker in the past. We'll see if he has left anything in the tank for the breaststroke. Mike is extending the lead a little bit. Winston's eaten into some of the lead that Mike has built here. We're going to get ready for the final 50 on the freestyle. Appreciate the shout outs here from Richie here, a Saber fan. We appreciate you checking in from Tacoma, Washington, as they make the turn here, as get in the freestyle. Mike is looking good here as he looking strong as a freshman. Winston he's going to make the turn for the final 25. The rest of them getting ready for the varsity heat. We're going to have a full boat for the varsity. Mike is going to finish strong here. He's going to break the 3-minute mark here. 2:53.77 for Micah King. And Winston Larson, 3 minutes and 0.69 seconds for Winston Larson. I don't know if he's ever swam the individual medley. So we have the 200-yard individual medley free varsity. And they're off here. We got Wes Knapp in lane 2 for Rosemount, Mackenzie Schroeder in lane 4, and Kellen Ward in lane 6 for Rosemount. Lane 1 for Shakopee is Carter Havacek. In lane 3 is Alex Frenchu. In lane 5 is Ethan Jens. I think Luke and Ethan are brothers, or at least they're related. And we got Alex out front here after the first butterfly, with both Rosemount swimmers, Mackenzie and Wes, right on his tail, with Ethan not too far behind here on the backstroke. Looks like Wes is gonna make a bid here to take the lead here on the backstroke, I should say. Easy. Yep, he's looking really nice with 4 swimmers just all bunched up here. Wes looking nice and strong here as they go to the breaststroke. You get a first look here watching Wes. He's going to be a key athlete here for the Rosemount this year. So we got Wes, Mackenzie, and Alex all tied basically as they make the turn on the last 25 in this individual medley. Alex is taking the lead again here with Mackenzie just right on his tail. Wes is right there as well. Alex has the lead as he makes the turn for the final 50 on the freestyle. Mackenzie Schroeder, 9th grader. Both Wes and Mackenzie are 9th graders coming in here challenging a really nice swimmer from Shakopee, with Ethan Jens not that far behind here. He's battling here. Alex, looks like Alex is going to take first, with Mackenzie taking second, and Wes, he could sneak in here and get second over his buddy Mackenzie. Alex takes first with a 2:08.24. Second is Mackenzie at 2:10.74. In lane 2, Wes takes third with 2:11.18. And Ethan Jens takes fourth in lane 5 at 2:14.50. And we have Kellen doing a nice job here in lane 6 for Rosemount. In lane 1, Carter Havacek finishes in 5th with a 2:36.87, and Kellen finishes 6th here with a 2:45-ish. The timer did not stop for us. our first meet jitters here. We're getting a stop in lane 6 here. We got another shout out. We got Gary tuning in from Arizona as well, cheering on the Hanson boys, Nolan and Jace. Gary, let us know where you're at in Arizona. May come find you. And then Will Durfee's grandparents are watching in from Indiana. Love these shout outs, and make sure you like our YouTube page so you can come find us all the time as they are getting the lane 6 timer stopped here so we can reset and get ready for the next event, the 50-yard freestyle. We got 3 heats of junior varsity. So we have 2 from Rosemount here, Luke Lesher in lane 3 and Byron Jarbo in lane 4. First event for these 2. Love to see the new athletes here for Rosemount. They make the turn here for the final 25. We got, looks like Byron is just ahead of Luke, but they're basically neck and neck. It looks like Luke's gonna out-touch him here. 208.24 for Luke Lesher and 210.74 for Byron. So now we got a second heat of the junior varsity. We got 5 lanes here. 2 Rosemount swimmers and 3 Shakopee swimmers. After this event, we'll have a varsity heat and then we'll get on to diving. Nobody in lane 3. Gary and Nina, thanks for the shout out here. Scottsdale, yeah, I've been to Scottsdale to the Top Golf and a number of other things. Old Scottsdale is also a nice little place to go. My parents are down in Chandler, so been down there several times. It's really nice. So now we're gonna have our second heat of the JV. For Rosemount, we have Ryan Slingergan in lane 2 and then Josh McCall in lane 4. For Shakopee, we got Ivan Bradadel from in lane 1. In lane 5, we have Alejandro Cardenas, and then in lane 6, Connor Richens. Looks like Josh McCall is gonna take this one with Ryan, not far behind. Josh takes this one at 33.59. Ryan comes in at 35.38. Lane 6 takes fourth, 43.14 with Connor. And in lane 1, it's third place, 42.32 for Avon. So the last heat of the JV here in the 50-yard freestyle, we got all 6 lanes. And we're off here in the last heat, JV heat here. We got lane 2, Ash Beigel, Emmett Vo in lane 4, and Sam Scott, all 3 swimmers here for Rosemount in lanes 2, 4, and 6. Charlie George in lane 1, Brady Anthony in lane 3, and lane 5, Adam Walker. It looks like it's neck and neck here between Brady and Emmett. Brady takes first, 29.41, and Emmett's 29.43. A really nice, quick heat there. A lot of good swimmers. Going to make a lot of development here throughout the year. Nice job by all. Now we're going to have a varsity heat. One varsity heat here. 6 lanes here, 3 and 3 for each team. So we have Charmy Chu for Rosemount in lane 2, Will Durfee making his debut here in lane 4, and Dylan Ever in lane 6. We have Grayson Newcomb for Shakopee, Tyler Gennon in lane 3, and lane 5, Henry Heyer. Looks like Durfee's out. He's going to possibly take this one. He's got about a half a body length here over Tyler. Yep, Durfee in his senior year comes out, takes first, 22.93, with Tyler taking second at 23.73. And let's see, lane 5, Shakopee, Henry Heyer takes third with a 25.19. Now we're going to be switching. We're going to get the pool ready for diving. Please, while we're transitioning here to diving, make sure you continue to give me those shout outs. Love to hear where you're from, who you're cheering for, as we get prepared here for the diving event here that does kind of almost a standing room only here at Rosemount with the divers that we have. We are just having a little technical difficulties here as we get ready for the diving event. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, so as we get ready here for, I just wanted to call out. I know the divers are having a nice meeting here with the referee and the starter here. There's going to be 4 divers here, but before we begin, I'd like to give a little bit of a shout out to some of our sponsors here tonight. And also, if you haven't got it, there's a meet program QR code there. I'll stay on here for a second. It has some information about the Rosemount team, our schedule, our sponsors, some of the records, and the order of events is a good reference for you. But our distance, Irish distance sponsors are First State Bank of Rosemount. I appreciate them. They've been longtime stalwarts here in Rosemount, downtown Rosemount. I think they're over 100 years in Rosemount, always supporting a lot of the Irish athletics. And then Dakota County Lumber being a nice sponsor here this year down in Farmington, and they're also another local business that's been here for quite a few years. And then also some of our Irish relay Edward Jones Agency, Todd Grace in Rosemount. Thank you for being a sponsor, along with Channel Seed. Yours truly works for Channel Seed. We sell to farmers corn and soybean seed. And then our Haggis pizza. We just got done with a fundraiser using Haggis pizza, and it looks great. Those pizzas are great. And then we have Quick Trip, always a great supporter of Rosemount athletics, and Chipotle and Omni. Great places here in Rosemount to eat. Um, as we look towards the looking forward here to our upcoming meets here as the divers are doing their warm-ups, if you can hear it in the background. Tomorrow, the Rosemount team heads out to Hutchinson, hour and a half away here for an invite, and that's a very traditional. Rosemount's been out there for as long as I can remember. And then also coming up next Tuesday, we'll have an away meet at Burnsville, and swimming and diving, because of the facilities, they're at separate times in separate buildings. And then next Friday night, a week from tonight, we'll have Farmington. The Tigers will come to town, and we'll do this all over again as we getting closer to that Christmas time frame here. So that's our upcoming meets. And then on the 19th here, we'll have our alumni meet. And so some of our best alumni come back, and including our diving coach, Dan Monahan, comes out and will come out and show the boys a little bit, try to put them in their place. Former U of M Gopher diver and two-time state champion. And I believe he was an All-American. If not, he should have been, but held many of the records before Lucas Gurton came and took it over. And tonight's going to be this night is always a special time to connect and get back. So next Thursday night, I know the slide says Tuesday night, but it's next Thursday night is the alumni meet. So as the divers are continuing to practice, a little bit of background on the divers here. We have Eddie, or as I've been calling him, Eddie the Eagle. We have a new diver here, Eddie McBrien from Rosemount. He is joining us. He's a ninth grader and making some good progress here. Nice young diver as we continue to foster some good farm system here, if you want to use a baseball term. And then we have Zach Manhorn Jr. As we were calculating it, that's my son. We're calculating he's entering his 5th year diving. As he said to me this morning, feels like I should be graduated. But he's made some good progress. And then Lucas Gurton, who many of you, if you don't know, if you can make it, come watch in person. He's a fun person to watch diving here. And then we also have Shakopee has a JV diver here tonight, McCoy Miller. And so we are welcome him and look for to watch his development over the course of his career. So we have 4 divers here tonight. And Mike Tonjes, who's on the announcing here, he's going to give us. So as we wait the beginning here, some final instructions here. First up, Rosemount, a 101C front diving tuck, 1.2. 1.2. A nice dive for Eddie here. Eddie the Eagle, a nice way to 4, 5, 4.5, and really nice job to start off. Coy starting off with a straight dive here. Nice first dive. 3, 2, 3.5. As a tradition here, that everybody claps. So Zach starting off with a 103C of front 1.5 and tuck. Traditional for him to start off with this one. Really nice. 6, 6, 5.5. So then we're going to start off here with Lucas. So very similar to what Zach did, but in a pike position, 103B, I should say, in a pike. Beautiful. Another great dive. 7.5, 8, 8. His coach Dan giving him the lowest score. He's got to keep coaching him. Now we're going on to round 2. 102C, a front 1 somersault tuck for Eddie. Hey, good try for Eddie. That first somersault dive is awesome. 3, 2.5, and 3. Zach's going to be up. A double in the tuck position here. 2.2 degree of difficulty. Oh, 3.5, 4.5, 5. Over rotated slightly. A 2.5 somersault pike. He just. He just a front 2.5, 2.5, 8.5, 7.5, 8. Coach Monahan gives him that extra half point on that one. Eddie with a back dive straight here. We're in round 3 here. Nice job by Eddie. That's a tough one, a blind 3, 3.5, 4. This is the first time for Zach to do this, a 2.4 front 2.5 in a tuck position. He about had it in the last dive. Four and a half, 5.5, 6.5. Coach Monahan being tough on the divers tonight.
Come on, bud, you got this. Here we go.
Great dive by Lucas here. 6, 7.5, 8.5. Coach Dan Monahan, I'm sitting here near the Gurdons. We may have to have a chat with Dan Monahan, but he may be posturing for the alumni meet later. A 1.8 here as we start round 4. Eddie doing a
Is he not diving anymore? Is he done? You could mention that.
nice dive here by Eddie. McCoy, who started for Shakopee, is an exhibition in the JV, so he just did one dive here. So 1.9 here for Zach, his first twister, as he calls it. Four and a half, 5.5, 4.5. I think a back 2.5.
Go, Lucas. Drill
This
one,
is a
buddy.
dive that he added last year. He got some elevation there. 4, 5.5, 6.5. Coach Monahan. Starting round 5 here for Eddie. Nice showing here for his first time. Nice dive by Ed. 3.5, 4, 3. Zach. Reverse one somersault for Zach, a 1.6 degree of difficulty. Three and a half, 4, 4.5. A reverse 2.5. Wonder if he'll bring out the inward 2.5 tonight. Reverse 2.5. I encourage you, if you can, come watch diving at our next home meet on Friday, December 20th. Come watch the team and you'll be amazed. Four, 6, 5.5. So Eddie's starting off the final round here with an inward dive. There we go. It's always a tough one. Inwards are tough. 3, 4, 2.5. Back dive tuck.
Got this, dude.
4, 3.5, 4.5. The inward 2.5. 2 years ago, he won the state championship on this dive. It's become a staple that he does at the end. There we go. 9, 8.5, 7.5. I had the privilege of watching him practice that in practice, and he just nails it now. So that concludes the diving event here tonight. As they tally the scores and do all that, they're going to get the pool back together. But first, they're going to do a chuck-a-duck, which is a fundraiser here that we do for the audience. And it's always a fun time. And I know the divers are going to facilitate that. So
Three ducks for $5. Yeah.
here as the athletes are getting warming back up here. Make sure you like our YouTube page so you can come find us the next time. For next Friday night will be our next broadcast right here at Rosemount Middle. I'm online. My dad's stopping by to say hello. Coming by probably to talk about the diving events here. So momentarily we'll begin here, but give me a shout out where you're listening in from. I'd love to see where we're connecting from. So we'll be back momentarily. So we have diving scores. Eddie coming in at 160 for Zach, 95 for Eddie. Not bad for a first time. Another pool record for Lucas Durden at 344. He's going to make his tour around the South Suburban Conference this year, making sure his name's up on the board. It makes it look so effortless. And at our next home meet, be sure to tune in, listen in on Friday, December 20th, where the meet starts at 6 o'clock Central Time, where the Rosemount will be taking on the Farmington Tigers. As we have the teams, looks like they're chilling out in the shallow end. So again, our sponsors, we have great sponsors this year. We have First State Bank here in Rosemount. I know I'm an alum of Rosemount High School, and they've always been a great supporter of athletics and activities here at Rosemount. They're a family-owned business. They've been in the business for 110 years. And really, their motto is building relationships that last, and the relationship that they have with the city and the school has lasted. And it opened up in 1909, and with my production assistant here, Tom Rucci, as I tell him, where the building that they built back in 1909 cost $4,000 in 1909. And so the Toombs family is the ones that are running it, and we proudly thank them for their support. And then Dakota County Lumber Company, a business that was established in 1984 by Steve Finden, and I know I believe it's his daughter that's taken over, Sonny Bowman, the CEO and owner of it. Really a great family business where relationships are the key. It's located in Farmington, just right on the north side of Farmington, right by the Dairy Queen. Be sure to come support their business for any of your needs, whether you're doing some remodeling or even the most simple needs. We appreciate their sponsorship that way. So looks like they may begin clearing the pool here, so we can begin the second half of our meet here tonight with the butterfly, the 100-yard butterfly. And once again, my name is Scott Van Warren. I'm your host. We got Lucas Gurton coming up here close to celebrate with his grandparents. And we're gonna, celebrate tonight. They're gonna celebrate another pool record, school record. I believe it's a pool record. I think it beat the pool record by less than a point. Henry. New pool record, but less than a point, right? That's awesome. He beat his own record by less than a point. And that's with even a little bit of tough judging from his coach, Dan Monahan. A tough scoring, I should say. I'm sure Lucas and Zach will be having a conversation at practice tomorrow about it. But we got the 100-yard butterfly going to be starting here. We have a varsity heat with 6 swimmers. So we got 6 swimmers here in the 100-yard butterfly. In lane 1, 3, and 5 will be Shakopee. We got Jack Fritz, Alex Frentu, and Gabriel Christensen. In lane 2, 4, and 6 for Rosemount, Jason Hansen making his debut here in the 100 butterfly. In lane 2 and lane 4, it's Charming Chu, and in lane 6, Ash Feigl. Jace making a nice run. Charming could take second here. Alex comes in first, making the turn at the first 50. I should say I was getting ahead of myself. Looking really strong here. Charming in second with Gabe in third here for Shakopee, with Jason Hansen in fourth as they make the turn for the final 25 here. Alex is having a nice meet here tonight. Looks like he's going to come in here and take first for Shakopee. At 59.59, Charming comes in at 102.79. Third, Gabe comes in at 103.27. In lane 1, Jackson fifth with the 106.52. With Jason Hansen fourth at 106.04. And Ash finishing up here. The butterfly is so tough. You wouldn't find me out there, but Ash is finishing up here nicely at 128.3. Now we have the 100-yard freestyle. We have a junior varsity heat. We're going to have 2 heats on the JV. We've got 2 swimmers here, Luke Lesher and Byron Jarbo. Luke's going to be in lane 3 and Byron's in lane 4. 100-yard freestyle. These guys have been working hard for the last couple weeks here, if not beyond that. Byron neck and neck here, finish up the first 50. As they make the turn here, they're still neck and neck. As they're going to make the turn here for the final 25 here shortly. They make the turn, they're neck and neck here, Byron and Luke. Here they come. It's like Luke just pulled ahead here right towards the end. So Luke 132.75 and Byron at 134.91 for their inaugural 100-yard freestyle. So we got a second heat of the JV of the 100-yard freestyle. We got 5 swimmers here for this one. 3 Rosemount, 2 Shakopee. And they're off here. So in lane 2, 4, and 6 for Rosemount, we have Burkett Milku, Cade Beigel, and Ryan Slinger. And then lane 1, Avon Brady, and lane 3, Finley Hires for Shakopee. So we've got Burkett out front here in this, finish up the first 50 with Cade and Finley right there, making the turn almost all tied here. In lane 6, Ryan is making a turn here, making a bid to get into compete for third. Burkett's made some nice progress year over year. He's making the turn here tied with Cade. Cade and Burkett tied with Finley just behind them in third. Looks like Cade's gonna edge out here Burkett at 110.69. Second, Burkett at 112.45 and Finley at 113.66. Lane 6, Ryan comes in at 121.24. With Avon finishing up here shortly. I can't see a timing or a time on that. Now we got a varsity heat. We have 6 swimmers here. Rosemount in lane 2, 4, and 6. Will Durfee's making another appearance here in lane 4. Jackson Helmberger in lane 2 and Cooper Pedersen in lane 6 for Rosemount. In lane 1 for Shakopee is Sandler Dean. Lane 3 is Charlie Cutts in third. And lane 5, Tyler Gedden. Making out Will Durfee. Durfee and Charlie are tied here for first with Tyler right behind them. Durfee's got just a slight lead here at the turn. It's going to be a heck of a race here. Jackson Helmberger in fourth. Will Durfee making a bid here as he's going to edge out here Charlie with Tyler coming in third. Will finish up at 50.18, taking first. Jackson Helmberger comes in fifth at 102.73, with Cooper at 105.61 for Rosemount. Tyler Ginnon takes third at 53.02. So we got the 500 freestyle coming up. One heat here. We have six swimmers here in the varsity heat. For Rosemount, we have Nolan Hansen, Wes Knapp, and Micah King. For Shakopee, we got lane 1, Luke Brendan. Lane 3 is Luke Jens, and lane 5, Nick Fitzgerald. So 20 lengths of the pool, if I did my math right. I did go to Rosemount, so we should be good. But Nolan Hansen in lane 2 and Wes Knapp in lane 4 and Micah King at the top of your screen in lane 6. It looks like the Rosemount swimmers, both Nolan Hansen and Wes Knapp are out to an early lead. I'd always like to know who gets selected to be the lap counter. So back in high school, I don't know if I'd want to be the lap counter. I'd probably mess it up and make them either go 2 lengths short or 2 lengths longer. Yeah, Nolan is, he's really developing. He's gotten a lot bigger year over year. Wes and Nolan are neck and neck here. It's really tough to even understand who's who in the pool. Nolan Hansen is just a hair behind Wes Knapp. They both look really strong. So in lane 2, remember, is Nolan Hansen. Lane 4 is Wes Knapp. For Shakopee, lane 3 is Luke Jens, third. The development, both Wes and Nolan have made year over years. You can notice it just by how smooth they are. Looks like Nolan and Wes, they're just like perfectly in sync here. But I'm sure that they practice together. We got Micah King out in lane 6 doing a nice job. Lane 5, Nick Fitzgerald coming along here. Nolan and Wes continue to be tied here. It looks like Nolan maybe just got a slight lead. As we've just passed the halfway mark. The Rosemount record for the 500 freestyles, Evan Kinseth, at just under 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Back in 2022, Evan was a special swimmer to watch. I believe he's swimming at Miami of Ohio. It would be a sophomore, I believe, this year. Don't quote me on that. That was the last time I had heard. Wes and Nolan continue to be out 1 and 2, with Luke in third. My guess is it's going to come down to a kick, where it looks like Nolan's just ahead, maybe just a head length here. Luke Jens in third. Micah King making the halfway point here. 9th grader making a nice bid here in the 500. Looks like Nolan is just taking a little bit more of a lead, just inching forward. ahead of Wes. Wes is a 9th grader at Rosemount, and Nolan's a junior, so both of them will be back next year. Luke Jens continues to be in 3rd. Nolan still keeps his lead, I should say. Nolan. Final 50 here for both Wes and Nolan. Nolan's got a slight lead with Luke Jens from Shakopee just making the turn for the last 50. Looks like let's see if they have anything here for the final. Looks like Nolan is just slightly ahead here as they get to finish up. Yep, Nolan takes first at 5:04.81. And Wes at 5:05.54. Luke Jens for Shakopee comes in 3rd. The others finishing up here. Nick Fitzgerald on the final 25 here. Luke Frensu making the turn for the last 50. Nick Fitzgerald comes in 4th at 5:45.72. Micah's on his last 50 here. Luke made the turn for his final 25 here. Looks like Luke's gonna just under 6:20, 6 minutes 18 seconds, .07. Micah looking strong here in the last 25. Looks like Micah's going to finish up at 6:37.78, I believe. The scoreboard source. Oh, actually, he's in his last 50. I mistakenly thought he was in his last 50. Now he's in his last 50. Micah King finishing up here. Nice job, Micah. 7:22.22. I know that's a tough event. Great job, first varsity event, or first varsity meet for the freshmen. Nice job. So we have a relay here now as we move along in the. This is the 200-yard freestyle relay. So this is a JV heat here. One entry for Shakopee, one for Rosemount. For Rosemount in lane 4 is Luke Lesher out first. In lane 3 for Shakopee is Finley Heyer. All right, Shakopee's in the lead here with the second of 4 swimmers. Charlie George is in. Luke Lesher's finishing up here with Ryan Silverger. Gonna go in here. Ryan looking strong here out of the gate. Charlie looking strong here for Shakopee. Gonna give way here to Connor Richens. for Shakopee. Ryan
Making up
some time here with Byron gonna get in the water here. Byron Jarbo in for Rosemount here on the third leg. Rosemount's making up some ground. Connor Richards is making the turn here for Rosemount, or excuse me, for Shakopee. Byron is making the turn here for Rosemount in the final 25. So in the anchor leg here for Shakopee, it'll be Alejandro Cardenas, and for Rosemount, it'll be Josh McCall. Both teams are neck and neck here as we get to the looks like we maybe have a fault here, possibly by Rosemount in here. So Alejandro Cardenas for Shakopee's in with Josh McCall making the turn for the final 25. So Josh looking strong here. First meet for Josh. Alejandro coming up here. So Josh finishes up for Rosemount at 239.04. May have faulted here. Alejandro finish up for Shakopee. Just under 3 minutes here at, I think, 254 or something. 256.8. So we have a 200-yard freestyle relay in the varsity here. So they're away here. In lane 1, 3 and 5 for Shakopee. Adam Walker's in the water in lane 1. Lane 3 is Kylo Gennon. Lane 5 is Jack Fritz. Lane 2, 4, and 6 for Rosemount. Lane 2 in the bottom of your screen, Cooper Pedersen. Lane 4, Will Durfee. In lane 6 is Sam Scott making his debut here for Rosemount. Making the turn here in lane 4, Dylan Everett's in the water. As is lane 3 for Alex Prinsu, who's had a nice night here. Dylan Everett making the turn in lane 4 and second, with Alex in front of for Shakopee in lane 5. Grayson Newcomb in third. We have in the water for Rosemount now will be Charming Chu, along with for Shakopee Luke Jens here in lane 5 for Shakopee. Gabe Christensen's in lane 1. We've got folks. Shakopee's going to get the ankle leg here in lane 3, and that's Charlie Cutts. Anchor leg for Rosemount will be Nolan Hansen, and in lane 5 for Shakopee Henry Heyer. Lane 6 for Rosemount, Kate Beigel giving way to Ash Beigel, I believe. Shakopee takes first here, with Nolan Hansen going to come in second here for Rosemount. Coming in second at 141.01. Shakopee took it at 133.93. Nice heat for Shakopee in lane 5. Shakopee takes third at 142.59. In lane 2, Rosemount is going to come in fourth, and that's Micah Kang off his 500-yard freestyle, coming in fourth at 202.24. And then Rosemount in lane 6, Ash Beigel comes in fifth at 203.87. Nice job by Rosemount and all the swimmers there. Now we're going to do the 100-yard backstroke. got a junior varsity heat on the 100-yard backstroke. We have 2 swimmers from Rosemount in lane 2 and 4. Emmett Bowe and Sam Scott for Rosemount in the 100-yard back junior varsity heat here. Both are new swimmers for Rosemount this year. Sam Scott's in lane 2 for Rosemount, and lane 4 is Emmett Bowe. I always kind of wonder how they can keep themselves straight going through the water. I'd be zigzagging all over the place. Making the turn here after the first 25. Looks like Emmett's out to an early lead. Looking strong. Sam Scott, not far behind. I'm living and working with camera angles here, so I apologize if I don't change camera angles as often. I like to talk. And so Emmett's extending his lead here after the first 50. So we have Emmett making the turn for the final 25 here. Sam Scott doing the same. So Emmett will take this junior varsity heat. At 127.27, and Sam Scott comes in here at a 134.02. We got the backstroke here, 100-yard backstroke varsity. We have 6 swimmers. Got the backstroke going here, 100 yard. In lane 2 is Jackson Helmberger from Rosemount. Lane 4 is Jace Hansen for Rosemount. And lane 6, Graham Elbers. And lane 1, 3, and 5 for Shakopee. Lane 1 is Carter Havlicek at the bottom of your speed. And lane 3 will be Sam Lundin, and lane 5, Ethan Jens. Looks like Ethan and Sam have an early lead over Jace Hansen. Jace, the 7th grader, making his debut here. Love what I see here from the youngster. Looking strong. Jackson Helmberger in lane 2 doing a nice job here at 4th with the Shakopee swimmers. Ethan has an early lead here, as we're getting to the end. So Ethan takes first at 1 minute, 1.91, and Sam comes in second at 102.06, and Jace Hansen at third at a 105.21. A great race by Jace. And lane 2 looks like Jackson Helmberger will come in fifth at 119.85, and lane 6 Graham at 122.58. Nice race by him. So now we're going to get to the breaststroke. We got a varsity heat, or excuse me, a junior varsity heat. Looks like Burkett from Rosemount's gonna swim here. And Burkett's off to beginning here. So we have the 100-yard breaststroke here, and then after the breaststroke, we'll finish up with our last event, our 400-yard freestyle relay. It gets to be wild here. But we got a 100-yard breaststroke junior varsity heat happening here. As Burkett's finishing, just about ready to finish his first 50. He's had a nice night tonight. So Burkett makes a turn for the last 25 here. This is his last swim of the night here. Looks like he's finishing strong. He's gonna finish just under 130 here at 128.23 for Burkett in the JV heat. Now we're going to get to the varsity meet here where we have 6 swimmers. Should be a pretty quick. Rosemount will be in lanes 2, 4, and 6 here with Dylan Everett, Mackenzie Schroeder, and Kellen Ward. And in lanes 2, 4, and 6 for Shakopee, lane 2 is Charlie Cutts. Lane 3 is Luke Kunze. Lane 5, Grayson Newcomb. Mackenzie's out to a strong lead, taking over for his brother Quinlan. Mackenzie's out to an early lead. Charlie Cutts in lane 1 is bidden. Looks like they're even. Dylan Everett's in third. Looks like Charlie's gonna just have the slight lead over Mackenzie. Mackenzie, a freshman. Dylan Everett in third in lane 2. Kellen Ward's at the 4, 5, 6 position. Mackenzie and Charlie. Looks like they're gonna be bidding here. Right now, it looks like Charlie's got. Looks like Charlie's gonna get him just 103.57 and Mackenzie at 104.19. A great race by the freshman. I'd like to check the record books. Dylan Everett coming in third at 116.63. A nice race by Dylan today. I'd like to check to see if Mackenzie's ahead of pace for Quinlan's records. And then Kellen Ward finish up at 126.45 out in lane 6 at the top of the screen. So now we're going to finish up with the 400-yard medley relay here. Our final event of the night. We have a junior varsity heat. We have Shakopee, who's got an entry into the junior varsity heat. We appreciate everybody for being with us tonight. So we have Shakopee in the water here. Connor Richards is in the water here first for Shakopee. And be sure to like our YouTube page so you can find us. And again, give us a shout out about how you feel the meet went. I don't have the scoring here with me, but I think it's going to be neck and neck. I can't tell. My production assistant here, Tom Rucci, the capable Tom Rucci, is checking it out here for me. Connor has finished up his portion of the 400 yard. He made the turn for after his first 50. As we enter this last event, Rosemount is ahead on the JV, 43-27. On the varsity, Shakopee's ahead, 92-77. It's going to end up probably pretty darn close when we get to the end. So Skylar is finishing up. You're gonna give way to Alejandro. Alejandro into the water. Alejandro doing a nice job. I know he was in one of the first meets, or excuse me, first events of the night. He's had a nice long night. His teammates cheering him on here as he makes a turn for his final 50. Love the effort here tonight. This is the first time that each team has got to compete against another team instead of competing against themselves. Kind of always makes it very, very interesting. See what you got. So practice may be a little bit better or harder, however you want to say it. I know over the course of the night here, as Alejandro's going to finish up his 25 and give way to Avon? I'll go with Avon. So a couple notes here from the night. I know on the diving portion, Lucas Hurton set the pool record, broke his own pool record, which is a great thing tonight. And speaking candidly, as having a son that does dive with them, they still have more to work on. Both Zach, Lucas, and Eddie, all three of them have looked really good, but they got, they can shore up some things. Nolan Hansen's had a nice night. Wes Knapp, Jace Hansen, great night for it. Just in general. Yeah, there's some great. Will Durfee looking solid as always. We're going to be turning here for the final 50 here in the JV heat of the 400-yard freestyle relay. I would like to thank all the volunteers here, the lane timers. We cannot have a meet without lane timers. That is definite, 100% sure, because we can't rely on technology. As Tom and I had learned here this evening as we were setting up for tonight. But we appreciate you all tuning in and listening, watching, and for those who gave us a little shout out, thank you for that. It's always nice to know who's listening and watching. And feels like I'm talking to somebody else rather than just talking over the air. So thank you for that. Here as we got the final 25 coming here. Shakopee coach Eric Hills has got to be proud tonight of his Sabers, as he was a swimmer at St. Mary's University, and coach Jake Kemna was a swimmer at Gustavus Adolphus. Swam at Orono High School. He's been around. He's got a nice team, it looks like. Both have a nice team that should be compete well here this season. Oh, and I'm ahead of myself. I thought we've already had 4 swimmers. I must in my rambling, I must be wrong on that. It looked like we already had 4 swimmers, but I had the wrong one. So Alejandro just finished up. I missed Skylar Escobar. I missed him in there, but we're in their last in the anchor leg here. And Nina, I see your comment here. Yep, cheering on the Nolans. I can tell you that both Jace and Nolan, cheering on the Hansons. Both Nolan and Jace have had a really nice night for a first meet. It'll be fun to watch them all throughout the year. So thanks for the comments. That way. Okay, so we got the final 25 here from Yvonne. It's going to finish at just under 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Our technology is failing us here with the touchpads. I think it was just under 6 minutes and 40 seconds last time I saw. So now we're into the last event. Our last event here, the 400-yard freestyle varsity heat. Thanks to Ruchi One for the shout out here on doing a great job here. You're local, you should have showed up, Ruchi One. That's my capable partner here, Tom, sitting next to me here as we got the 400-yard freestyle relay started here with Rosemount in lanes 2, 4, and 6, with Cooper Pedersen in lane 2, Will Durfee in lane 4, and Winston Larson in lane 6. Durfee out to an early lead here and Shakopee in lane 1, 3, and 5, and 1 is Adam Walker in lane 3, Ethan Jens in lane 5, Carter Havlicek. Will Durfee looking smooth, looking strong. Durfee's got a pretty good lead here. He's going to give off to Wes Knapp as we make the turn here. Wes Knapp's in the water. Shakopee's just behind him here with Sam Lindeen getting into the water. Lane 5, Shakopee's going to make it the turn. Nick Fitzgerald getting in the water. In lane 2, Cooper's finishing up, giving way to Jackson Helmberger with Wes Knapp making the turn after the first 50 here as we go. Lane 1, Shakopee's making the turn here with Finley Heyer getting in the water. Rosemount lane 6, Winston had a nice first leg here with Emmett Poe in lane 6. So Wes Knapp making the turn for home, going to give way to Mackenzie Schroeder. Mackenzie's going to get in the water here. He's had a nice first meet. In lane 3 here for Shakopee. In second here, it's going to be Jack Fritz getting in the water. Mackenzie just making the turn after the first 25, extending the lead for Rosemount. In lane 2 for Rosemount, it'll be Micah Kang getting in the water. In lane 5 for Shakopee, it's Brady Anthony. In lane 6 for Rosemount, it'll be Graham Elbers getting in the water. Lane 2, Micah King's in the water. So Nolan Hansen's in the water in lane 4. Gonna finish off a nice night for Nolan. Actually, he's gonna be getting in the water. Mackenzie's just finishing up. Nolan's in the water. Tough to keep track as it's like watching a tennis match here. So lane 3 in second here for Shakopee is Henry Heyer is going to be in the water. With Nolan just gliding here after the first 50, looking really strong at making the turn. Looks like he could go have practice here. The Rosemount Irish athletes bringing out the Fuel the Jet. Fuel the Jet is the chant going on that means give it all you got here as you make the turn for home. Looks like Nolan's going to finish up here, where Micah King's going to give way to going to give way to Jace Hansen. Nolan just finished up first at 3:32.6 for Rosemount. Jace Hansen in the water finishes first 25. In lane 3, it looks like Shakopee's going to finish in second here at 3:52.23. So in lane 2, Jace Hansen making the turn after the first 50. Lane 5, Shakopee's going to come in third here with Gabe Christensen finishing up. Gabe Christensen finishing with a 4:15.66. And here comes Jace Hansen in lane 2. Going to come in fourth. At 4:33.01. In lane 6, Rosemount comes in at 4:38.2 with Kellen Ward. I missed Kellen Ward getting in the water, but finishing up strong for Rosemount. And then in lane 1 here for Shakopee, Luke Frensu is going to finish up here as our last event of the night. And then we'll await the scores, the final scores. So Luke's going to, at 5 minutes even at .97. A great night here for all. Love seeing some of the swimmers. We'll do this 4 more times at each home meet. Our next home meet will be, our next live stream will be, excuse me, December 20th, Friday night at 6 p.m. Central Time. So we're gonna, we'll be going against, or Rosemount will be going up against Farmington. Looks like final scores.
I think so.
Shakopee is going to take this 98-85 over Rosemount on the varsity. In the JV side of things, Rosemount is going to be 43-35 over Shakopee. Thanks to Tom Rucci here for the help on the scores here, but we're awaiting the official results. But this is yep, that was a close night. It's as Rosemount, as the guys, get together here, as they're going to do some chanting, and the coaches are going to, or excuse me, the captains are going to give the inspiration to the team. And so we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight as we wait for the official from the and each team they do the handshake line, kind of like in hockey as they do, or they're doing a chant here. Both will do probably a chant, and then they'll shake hands. But tonight, the final score that we have is Shakopee 92 or 97-85 or something close. Really nice. A lot of good. The future looks bright for Rosemount with a lot of the young swimmers that really did a nice job tonight. As I begin my swan song here, first of all, I'd like to thank Tom Rucci for all the work behind the scenes, and all the volunteers, whether it's our Chuckaduck volunteers or lane timers or Jed Larson and Jennifer Hansen here helping with the scoring and the timers here. Really appreciate it. Mike Tonjes, our announcer here, our public address announcer here tonight. So once again, Shakopee's going to take Rosemount tonight, and we're going to call it quits. We're going to, and we'll see you next Friday night, December 20th at 6 p.m. at Central Time, where the Irish will take on the Farmington Tigers. Thank you, and good night from Rosemount.